can't push that thing.
Hey everybody, welcome to tonight's live stream. And I don't know where that echo was coming from, but I kind of enjoyed hearing it twice. Oh, are y'all hearing an echo? I don't hear it anymore. Ah, okay. Wait a minute, I did hear it for a second. Oh well, wait. No, I'm still hearing it. Maybe it's me. I can deal with it. It's not that bad. Yeah, are y'all not hearing double voices? Nope. Okay, cool. All right. So everybody in the chat, who do we have with us tonight? Let us know who you are. Not only who you are, but what you're drinking. Or if you're drinking. So we are expecting, we've got Art from Artco Drone Solutions with us right now. We've got Tom with us right now. We are expecting Kylie to show up and another fella named Kyle. So yeah, that reverberation in my ears kind of driving me crazy here. Say that again, Art. I was. Mute YouTube, okay. Yeah, got that done. Hopefully that's it. I have a secondary monitor plugged in here so I can watch chat on a different monitor. So that's probably where I was getting that from, I guess. I don't know. It was pretty agitating though. Thanks for the tip. So everybody, I'm going to bring Art and Tom in here with us. Art's dad was in World War II, and he's going to share some of his experiences with his dad with us. And we'll get Art in here first.
Yeah.
There's Art. He is from, what is that thing? He is from Artco Drone Solutions.
Right.
He does a live stream on Saturday night. Tell us what time, Art, because I know you got all the times down pat.
All right. That'd be 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 Mountain, 6 Central, 7 Eastern.
And he talks about drones. He's got some interesting fellas on his live stream. Right. Mm-hmm. And just like here, the conversation usually breaks down into whatever anybody wants to talk about.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And that's, typical for any kind of conversation, I guess.
And I do giveaways too.
Yes, he does. He gives things away and he'll ship them to you, no charge.
That's right.
Now, if you want to give him $5 or so in the thanks down the bottom of the chat, I'm pretty sure he won't turn that down.
Yep. That's right.
Let's get Tom in here, and there's Tom. And I'm having to resize these windows for some odd reason, but we'll get that done really quick here.
How y'all doing tonight?
There's Tom Boy.
Very good. We have East Coast Thrills in the chat. That would be Dusty. He's one of my subscribers.
Dusty, how you doing, brother? Glad to have you here.
Yep.
We are talking World War II right now.
Right.
Art, you probably know Art, but one of the things I like to play on every live stream, I like to call it a live stream instead of a show because I feel like I'm kind of comparing myself to high dollar operations if I call it a show. So it's just a live stream. Maybe I'll convert to show one of these days. But anyway, I've got a real quick video I want to share with everybody here about a World War II weapon. And I like to do oddball weapons because everybody knows the typical weapons. I like to do the ones that really didn't make it off the drawing board or made it off the drawing board, but no further, that kind of thing. Right. So let me play this for everybody that's with us right now, and then we will be right back and talk to Art.
If you're a World War II buff, you may have already heard of the Bob Semple tank. But for those that haven't, we preface this by saying it's been dubbed as one of the weirdest tanks in history. Warfare in the 20th century heavily involved tanks, and manufacturers wanted to outdo each other. However, we think Bob Semple took the cake. The fall of France and the New Zealand government are to blame for this ridiculous tank, not just Bob Semple. After the immense loss France took, the government gave Semple the okay to combine tractors that they had into tanks. This was done to save costs and help replenish losses even quicker. Semple essentially had to work without any blueprints and created a convoluted box-like structure that was manned by 8 crew members. Weapons included in this tank included Bren light machine guns all around the tank for 360-degree cover. The engine was a 6-cylinder diesel and went extremely fast considering the weight of it all. 13 miles per hour for the massive 25-ton hunk of metal. While the tank utilized materials that the government and manufacturer already had, the tank was essentially a functional flop and definitely wouldn't survive a full-on Japanese invasion.
All right, and we are back. That's an oddball tank, but I guess sure they were just throwing together whatever they could come up with to defend themselves, which is what a lot of World War II was, just trying to put something together.
Right.
Okay, so Art is with us tonight, and I appreciate that, Art. His father was in World War II, and he's going to tell us a little bit about his dad and what he did. Art and I were talking before the show. My dad was in the Korean War. I had 5 uncles in World War II. Tom had a great-grandfather, Tom, on the battleship Texas?
Just grandfather.
Grandfather, okay. In the 20s, sometime in the 20s. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna have to talk about that some show too.
Right.
But Art, tell us a little bit about yourself, your dad, everything.
All right. I have a drone channel, and I live here in Denver, Colorado area. And my father, he was a veteran of World War II. He right after Pearl Harbor, he was a student at University of Chicago. And my grandfather said, "Hey, there's this program if you go to this school in Philadelphia and learn radio and radar repair. It's an electronics school. Once you graduate, you'll become an officer in the Army." So he took the class, and since this was Philadelphia, he was able to go to New York City, and while he was there, he saw the ocean liner Normandy was there, and he saw it after it capsized and sunk in the slip there, and he also saw the battleship Richelieu, which was there for repairs after it surrendered to the Allies. So he goes to school, finishes the class just ahead of his, was the last class to get commissioned. So he ended up graduating and becoming a private in the Army, and he was shipped to Fairchild Air Base in Washington, and he was working on radios on P-39s. Those were the Bell Air Cobras. And one day while working on one of those, he was testing out the radio equipment, and luckily his instructor was there, and he was about to hit a switch, what he thought was the radio switch. The guy yelled, "No, no, 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 don't press that button. That will fire the cannon that goes right between your legs and through the propeller shaft. And you would probably blow a hole through the side of the hangar." So he did that. And then he got his orders to ship out, took a Liberty ship down to Brisbane, Australia. And fortunately for me, a few years ago, I found his itinerary. He wrote down the itinerary of all the places that he stayed during World War II. So that was the beginning. And he went from there to New Guinea, where he went to Hollandia, Finchhaven, Oral Bay, and then the last destination in New Guinea. Then he went to Leyte, Philippines. So he was there. And by the way, if you follow this channel called World War II, they do a in real time what had happened during that week. And just last week in 1944 was the landings at Lingayen Gulf on Luzon in the Philippines. So my dad went to Leyte, and one of the first cities liberated was Tarlac, and then he went from there to Clark Airfield, which is near Angeles City in Pampanga, and he was. By the time he got there, the war was pretty much over, and then he got shipped to Okinawa, where he was at Kadena Air Base, and he was part of the occupation force. And then he was shipped to Atsugi Naval Air Station, which is near Tokyo. So fast forward 50 years later, I used to be a stand-up comedian, and I toured all over the country. And I happened to get a chance to do a USO type show in Japan and South Korea. And where did I go? I got to go to Atsugi and Kadena Air Base in Japan.
Wow.
So that was exciting. So he's got I have a lot of photos that I posted on Facebook. There's one of a B-29 at Clark Air Base, and then there's another photo. Oh, there's a photo of him with the 50 caliber belt over his shoulders, and right behind him is an A10 that shoots those bullets. So then there's another photo I have of a Betty bomber that's been painted white with a black cross on the tail to tell everybody this is part of the peace envoy that went to Aishima. So that was to tell the Allies, don't shoot at these planes, because this is part of the peace envoy. So when we got to Atsugi, there's another photo of one of his buddies sitting on top of what's called a Baka bomb, which is a rocket propelled suicide guided bomb, where a pilot would pilot that bomb into one of our warships.
Yeah. Familiar with that one. We've got Kylie with us now. Let me bring her in here.
All right.
Hey, Kylie.
Hello.
Hey, Kylie.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Hi.
How you doing, Kyle?
This is Art from Artco Drone Solutions.
Nice to meet you.
He does a live stream every Saturday night, and of course he has a YouTube channel.
Right.
We are expecting one more fella, Kyle, tonight if he shows up.
Okay.
I had one of my uncles, Art, was in the Philippines. He was stationed there when MacArthur left, and he was one of those that was left behind.
Oh,
as a matter of fact, I kind of have it blurred, But this flag that's on the wall behind me, he had there in the Philippines. My mother gave it to me, I don't know, 10 or so years ago. No, longer than that, because she's been gone since 2005.
Right.
Man, time passes by fast. But anyway,
Right.
my mother gave it to me at some point. It's got a hole in it. And I asked her if that was a bullet hole, and she said no, because when she received the flag, that hole was not there. So I was hoping for some kind of story behind that hole, but there
Probably a
is
moth
no.
hole.
Yeah. But 48 star flag, and
Right.
I love it. Surprised my uncle hung on to it that long. There was a family there that hid him out until
Oh.
MacArthur returned. When MacArthur returned, he wanted to go out to a ship, get re-equipped. Of course, his health was terrible, so
Right.
they declined him that, and he was sent back to the States, and that was the end of his
Right.
wartime.
Right.
But
Yeah, that
but
would be about 79 years ago,
Yeah.
about this time. Yeah.
yeah, and as a kid, very young kid, preteen, into early teens, he always walked with a limp. And we knew he had been in World War II, and I say we, me and my two brothers, and we always assumed that limp was from the war, but it wasn't. It was from an injury he received out at Mobil. He worked at a Mobil refinery.
Okay.
So, Kylie, what you up to?
Not much.
You had yourself muted.
I did. I was looking up the stuff for the Galveston Naval Museum.
Yeah, we are. Kylie and I are going to the dry dock tour this next Sunday on the 28th. It was going to be the very last day for dry dock tours, but then they extended it into February. So we're not going to be there the last day, although I don't think any work on the outside of the ship's going to be done between us and February. I wanted to get pictures of it as close as I could to when they put it back in the water for a video, but we'll be good because they've done everything, unless there's some minor work that wouldn't really be seen. They've done everything major to the hull. Tom, all I see is your chin, man.
Oh, okay.
There you are.
There you go.
I have to lean my phone back a little bit.
Mark is with us now. Hey, Mark. How you doing, Mark? Michael Shelby.
Yeah, Mark R. White is one of my subscribers.
Mark and who?
Mark R. White.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you said two names.
No.
Well, I appreciate you coming by, Mark. I think Mark's been here before.
Oh,
I remember him coming in.
okay.
Christopher is here from Tennessee again. I sent him an invite, but maybe he's doing something where he can't come on tonight.
Sitting there listening to y'all's story, I have a lot of family members that were in the military, but it seemed like they hit after or before all the big wars started. My grandfather was, when he was on the Texas, it was in between World War I and World War II.
Yeah.
And right before it got the retrofit.
Right.
Me being a teenager, when he was telling us all this, I didn't listen to about half of what he said, but I've known now what I should have learned then. It'd been a whole lot better on everything.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Looks like Mark's dad was in the Royal Signal in Korea. Kylie was stationed on an aircraft carrier. You worked on aircraft, is that right, Kylie?
I did.
Yeah. And I had a buddy that I used to work with probably back in the mid-'80s who worked on aircraft out at Ellington Field. And he told me this. I want you to confirm it. I believe the guy, but confirmation can't ever hurt. He said that every wire on an aircraft is white and they have numbers on them. And you got to use that number to track down what that wire's for.
I mean, maybe the Air Force.
Yeah, he was in the Air Force. But not in your case? I mean, they had colored wires? Okay.
Yeah.
It always seemed like that would be problematic, trying to track down probably a 15-digit number to find out what that wire was for.
Right.
I didn't work on the avionics side. I worked on the engine side. So the Marines were called a power line mechanic because they combine the power plants and the line shack together. So the Marine Corps' motto is do more with less. So in the Navy, they'll have a separate power plant shop and a line shack. On the carrier, the line shack is the turd shirts, the brown shirts. That's what.
Turd shirts.
Yeah. That's what I was on a carrier. But I was also a white shirt, and I was also a green shirt. So I wore multiple different colors depending upon what I was doing in the squadron.
Right.
But I was attached to VMFA 115 on the Harry S. Truman.
Kylie, when you
Yes.
did something on one of those planes, did you have to sign off on it and you're responsible if something else happened to that plane? Well,
Well, it depends. So when I was a junior Marine, I was just a maintainer. So I would go out there, do the work. Then you would have a CDI come out, which is a collateral duty inspector, and they would come out and check out stuff. Depending upon what you did, you may have to have QA come out as well and do their sign off.
that my cousin's husband, before he passed away, he worked for American Airlines as an electrician on the planes and the maintenance hubs, and you had to sign off on everything. So if something happened to that plane after you worked on it, it was on you.
Right. Now, I mean, we have a ticketing system, and we'll go out, you'll be assigned a ticket or whatnot. You'll go out there, work on the jet, come back in. You'll put everything you did on the plane, and then the CDI will put their stuff on there. And if QA needs to, they'll put their stuff on there too. Everything is documented.
So how much maintenance do, okay, let's say for an hour of flight, how much maintenance? Or
Well, I mean, it really depends.
are they like looked at all the time, or just
Yes.
after a flight, or just when they have an issue?
Well, you have your daily inspections, you have a turnaround inspection. So anytime a jet comes in, before it goes back out, it gets a quick inspection again.
Yeah,
So,
but you didn't do those inspections.
oh no, I did.
You did
That was
do
all
those
part of the
inspections.
power line shop. Yeah.
Well, Keith, I gotta get going.
Okay, Art.
Thanks for having me. And
Yeah, I'll see
great
you
show.
Saturday. I'll see you Saturday on your show. On your show. Of course, I
All
can't
right.
come on because I'm at work, but I can certainly
Right.
watch.
All right.
Thanks for coming, Art. Thanks.
Bye, Art.
You're welcome.
I'll be in Pueblo up in May.
All right. Good night.
Good night,
All right.
Art.
And how do I get?
I can get you out. Let's see.
Okay.
I think.
He's trapped.
Yeah, he's gone. Okay. Yeah, that'd be funny. You can't get out. You're stuck here.
For all eternity.
Yeah. He uses a different program than I use, and I kind of like his better, but I've already gone through the learning curve on this one, so I'm staying with what I got. Kylie, last week I talked about this channel called the one I can't remember. But anyway, he does animations with the Little Green Army Men. You know the Little Green Army Men, right?
Yeah, I remember you.
Yeah.
I watched it last week and saw you talking about it.
Oh, you watched one of them?
No, I watched the replay.
Oh, the replay of the live stream.
Yeah,
Okay.
last week.
Okay. So I took one of his 8-minute video and 9-minute videos, and I cut it up into about 3 minutes, 20 seconds, because I don't want to play an 8-minute video. But I'm going to play that, but just because I enjoy it so much, I binge watch his channel now. But anyway, let me play this. If you've ever played with Little Green Army Men, you've probably seen this in your head before when you were 5 years old like me. But check this out. Short version of an 8-minute video. I find that stinking hilarious. I'm sad that Garnet. I'm sad that Garnet's not here tonight because I think he'd find it hilarious as well.
Didn't I get through the lot to make that with all the
Man,
animation?
it must have been tough, or not, maybe not tough, but time consuming. Oh, Christopher is driving. He can't come on. So who all's with us still in the chat? Let us know you're here. There's 3 of you. One of them's going to be Christopher. Mark's may still be with us. Michael Shelby, are you still with us? Isn't he the one that served on the carrier with you?
I think so.
I think so too. You still there, Michael?
Might have lost him during the movie.
Maybe. We lost somebody. Ooh.
Are we still doing the Stewart in Cali?
Let me answer
Still
this.
doing the what? The who?
The Stewart?
Yes.
Hello.
Okay, what
Hello.
time?
They do the tour at 10 o'clock.
At 7 o'clock? Okay. All right. All right. All right, bye. Grandson needs picked up from work. That sounds like a job for the wife. Braden just called. He said they're getting off work early. He needs a pickup now.
I do have some news about the USS Stewart.
What's that?
If anyone is interested.
Yes.
All right. So actually 2 things tonight for the Galveston Naval Museum. I have this horrible echo in my headset, so it's really annoying.
Yeah, we had that earlier today. We were able to get rid of it. Art had it and I had it. I don't think Tom had it.
No, I don't have it.
So coming up in April will be the spring work week on the Stewart and the Kavala over at the Galveston Naval Museum. This year's service week is going from April 10th to April 17th.
And anybody can go down there, right?
Yeah, anybody can go. You just need to sign up. So you can go to the Galveston Naval Museum website and actually sign up to be a volunteer, and they'll email you.
Now, you've told me that sometimes when you volunteer, y'all spend the night on the ship?
Yes. Certainly. Yeah, you can stay the night on the ship. Mm-hmm.
That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm going down. I plan to go down for the whole week. Huh?
Is there an age restriction on that? Because AJ would love that.
No, I think last time I was there, we had someone that was like 89 or 90.
I'm talking about
they were there.
Yeah, AJ's what, 14?
12.
12. Check on their website.
Yeah, I'm not sure about youth.
I bet there's an age restriction on youth just because of the possibility of injury. But you can check on the Naval or Galveston Naval Museum website and find out for sure.
Yep, or call them.
All righty. I think it'd be easier for me and you to get hurt than it would be for AJ, Keith.
An injury on us would definitely last longer.
Yeah.
He would heal up, overnight like an alien or something.
And it's a lot of good camaraderie. They give you 3 square meals a day. You can stay on the ship. Some people stay out in town, and they typically have certain projects that they want to get done. So it's a good time. It's a lot of fun. Some people are veterans. Some people aren't. A lot of the people that were there last time I was there, which was like a year and a half ago, were from out of state. I think like Missouri and
No
other
kidding.
states, and they all drive in or fly in. Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they do that. I imagine there are people that probably just drive around the country and do that. You know, the
Yep.
people that can afford to do that. That'd be fun to do that.
So I'm going to bring the drone down, take a whole bunch of videos, photographs. I'll bring the cameras down, do the Kavala and the Stewart and stuff.
Michael Shelby, you still with us? My dogs.
And again, that's going from April 10th to April 17th. And then today, I just saw on Facebook that on Saturday, March 2nd at 11 o'clock, the Galveston Naval Museum is going to celebrate the Kavala's 80th anniversary.
Oh.
I'll be in Oklahoma for dog shows then. But the April thing is a possibility.
What's that date, Kylie?
Let's see, that would be March 2nd at 11 a.m.
3/2. What day of the week is that?
It's a Saturday.
Everything's on Saturday. It's almost impossible for me to get off on a Saturday. I work in a place where there's one person working, so trying to fill the slot of one person is almost impossible. Of course, I could trade with the other guy that works with me, but he don't like to trade. Oh, work that out in the future. But I wrote down that date. I'm going to work on something. So I'd like to be there for that.
Mm-hmm.
Motion detected at
You
front
going
door.
down for it, Kylie?
I plan to.
Yeah, unless something comes up.
Yep.
And we'll be in Shawnee, Oklahoma for dog shows on that day.
Someone was detected at your driveway.
Ooh, that's loud. Alexa, volume 3. She don't listen to me. Typical
And then
woman.
also this week on Friday comes out Masters of the Air on Apple TV.
I know. I subscribed to Apple TV just today, just to watch that. The trailers for it look awesome.
You can also watch the Tom Hanks movie Greyhound on Apple
That's an
TV.
awesome movie. I've seen that 3
Yes.
times.
Yeah, I love that one.
That is a really awesome movie. Very, very well done. Have you seen that movie, Tom?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, Michael Shelby's still here. Michael, are you the fella that was here, I think, 2 weeks ago that served on the aircraft carrier at the same time Kylie did?
Harry S. Truman.
Harry S. Truman.
Yep.
I was expecting a guy named Kyle on tonight, but maybe he had something come up. That happens. We all have that happen. Michael. So, Tom, you got any bike shows coming up?
Not until March 3rd. There's every weekend in March there's a show somewhere. Most of them are on Sundays. There's one on March the 30th. It's actually at a church for a little Easter egg deal for the kids.
Oh, that's cool. So Michael said, yeah, that was him.
Okay, groovy.
So, well, in the Army, it's called an MOS. What's it called in the Marines? Or he may have been in the Navies. I don't know.
Well, the Navy has a rating. The Marine Corps, we have an MOS. So I was a 6017 originally. Then they changed our MOS to a 6217, which is a power plants mechanic on the F-18 Hornet.
But the Navy does not use the term MOS, as far as you know?
Navy uses ratings. So
okay.
my MOS would translate over to an AD in the Navy, which is an Airedale.
Okay. So I don't remember. Did he say whether he was in the Marines or Navy last time? I took it that he was in the Navy, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think he was in the Navy.
See if he'll respond back.
Yeah, he was
Well, he
on.
said he was on the road, so.
No,
Yeah.
that was Christopher that said he was on the road. I think, wasn't it?
No,
Yep.
Michael said
Oh
he's on
no,
the
yeah,
road
he's
too.
on the road too. Yeah. Aviation mission.
Oh yeah, he's the Tomcats.
Did you work on just what's that? 82. Did you work on just jet aircraft, or just one particular jet aircraft, or all
So
aircraft, or?
okay, so when you go in, well, I can only speak for the Marines. Well, the
Yeah.
Navy's pretty much the same too, but when you go to school for a particular, in my case, a particular aircraft. We learn the basics of jet engines, secondary power systems, all that stuff. Then you go to a more formalized school. So you go to your A school, then you go to your C school. My C school was at NAS. Oh, crap! What the hell was the name of it? I have to look it up again. Hold on. They shut it down right outside Jacksonville. It's not NAS Jax because that's P3s, or I think P8 Poseidons now.
Michael, if you want to come on next week,
Cecil Field. That's
Cecil
where I went
Field.
to. Yeah.
Let's see if I
A
can.
school was in Millington, Tennessee at that time in the early 90s. We did A school in Millington, Tennessee, and then my C school was down there at Cecil Field.
Hey, Michael, if you want to come on, no, you're driving right now. That's right. But if you want to come on next week, just send me your email address. My email address is under any one of my videos, including this one once it posts.
So see, his rate was an 82.
Yeah.
So he was an Airedale, but he's a petty officer second class.
That means to me.
Well, a petty officer first class is an E6. So that would be my equivalent in the Navy. So he was an E5, so he would be equivalent to a sergeant in the Marine Corps.
Yeah. Okay. Same thing in the Army, because that's what I was at E5. Yeah. Just in the Army, I don't know if the Marines are this way, but in the Army, there's a lot of privates, there's a lot of PFCs, and then everybody else is a sergeant of some kind. I was the lowest level sergeant you could be.
I just think it's really cool he was on the carrier at the same time.
I think that's awesome.
I've been out for almost 20 years, and I haven't met anybody else that was on the carrier, so other than my squadron mates.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. And what are the chances that you're going to meet somebody like that under circumstances where we got 10 or less viewers?
Right. That's pretty awesome.
It's like when I went to the dog shows in Tennessee. Coming back, 1:30 in the morning, I pulled over to the truck stop, let the dogs out. And a bunch of motorcycles pulled in, and I knew every one of them.
No kidding.
Middle of the night, place I'd never been before.
So you take your bike around on a trailer?
No, I ride it everywhere.
Oh, do you?
All the time it gets in the trailers, if it's going to the powder coaters or the shop or something like that.
Yeah.
Other than that, I ride it.
So are you coming down for, I know we talked about it a little bit a while ago, but the 28th for the Hard Hat Tour? Are they doing the Hard Hat Tour, Kylie?
I'll call there tomorrow to re-verify. Okay. But everything I've seen so far says yes.
Okay. And I think that was $30 when we checked before.
Yes, $30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Michael lost connection.
Now, how long is the Hard Hat Tour or whatever it is? Because y'all are going back to the dry dock at 1:30, aren't you?
1 o'clock, I think.
1 o'clock. The tour's at 1:30, so.
Yeah.
Or is it just right down the street?
Yes.
Hey, Michael, I was saying a while ago, you may have been disconnected when I said that. If you want to come on the show next week, just send me your email address and I will send you an invitation next week. I usually send them out on uh, Sunday afternoon, usually. And you can find my email address under any one of my videos. And Kylie, you disappeared. There she is.
I'm back.
Got scared.
Can you send me all the information for that museum after this, Kylie?
Sure.
Okay. I'd like to investigate this because AJ would love to spend the night on the ship or the submarine.
Yeah, I'm hoping that once they get the Texas back open for tours, that they start doing those overnights like they used to do. But I saw on Facebook, and y'all may have seen this too, saw on Facebook yesterday that they're projecting late 25 or early 26 to be open
Yeah,
for tours.
I've seen
Yeah.
that too.
That's a whole another year and a quarter, something like that. Of course, they got to build a lot of infrastructure for the ship. They have to clear out the channel, dredge it. Plus, they got a lot more work they're going to do to the ship. He must have lost connection. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's in the middle of moving. That's why he's on the
moving.
road. I hate moving.
Me too.
I wonder, given where the Texas is going to be, and there's cruise ship terminals all around it, a lot of traffic, if they're going to put some kind of barrier to protect the ship, so in case a wayward ship kind of wanders by.
Oh, on the channel side. That's a good question.
Yes.
That's a very good question. I'd email them and ask them, but they never answer my emails. I could create another email address and send it from that, I guess.
Because, I mean, things happen.
And for something that big, especially the cruise ships going back and forth, there's not a lot of room there.
Right.
No, there's not.
And when you see something 100 foot wide in that space, you're going to lose a lot of room.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'd be interested in knowing also how far away from the dock they're going to put it. It's not going to be right up against the dock for sure.
Right.
I would imagine about the same distance it was from the ground over at San Jacinto.
Yeah, they can't go that. That might be a good distance. They can't go too far because of traffic, cruise ship traffic. But somebody with greater minds than us has already figured all that out, I guess.
Tom Scott.
The nemesis. He knows 10,000% more than I do about that ship, but I think I'm a nicer person than him.
Exactly.
But only to y'all, not to anybody else.
But the way he explains it is like everybody else knows just about as much as he does. He don't explain it for me and you to understand.
I watch, and I don't know if I've said this before, but I start watching his videos, but they get so drawn out and technical and mundane that I can't watch the whole thing. Kylie probably likes that kind of thing because she's a technical kind of person like
Yeah,
that.
I nerd out over technical stuff.
You nerd out over it?
Yeah. It's the mechanic in me. I like knowing how things work.
Yeah.
So.
I saw one of his where he was showing the bearings that the 14-inch turrets rotate on. I found that interesting because that's something you just got no chance of ever seeing.
I don't know if Michael is still here or not, but I'll say that when we were on the carrier, they put on like a little air show out there. And they'll drop bombs out in the water and kill fish and stuff.
Oh, no kidding.
But then they'll do the supersonic flybys.
Yeah.
And the Hornet looks good and sounds nice when it comes by. But let me tell you, there's nothing like an F-14 when it comes by at supersonic. Just wow.
You mean the Tom Cruise aircraft?
Yeah, the Tomcat. Yeah.
The Tom Cruise
Oh, he's at McDee's.
from Top Gun. He's at McDonald's now. Yep. I'm sure you've seen it, but have you seen that video of an aircraft? I think it's an F-14 doing a high-speed pass by an aircraft carrier, and when it's done with its pass, it pulls up, and don't know what happened, but
that's the one that disintegrated.
Yeah. Pilot ejected. But yeah, that's an awesome aircraft, and I did not know until I watched the second Top Gun that they, and I don't know if this is true or not. They did it in the movie, but that doesn't mean it's true. But he split the engines, cut one off, and left the other on in order to bank faster, turn faster, I guess. Can they really do that, or do you know?
I don't know. I'm not a tactical pilot, so I don't know.
I assume that's true. Oh, I thought you were a pilot before you were a mechanic.
How many different types of aircraft are on the carriers, Kylie?
Well, nowadays, I mean, when me and Michael were on, that was like a great time to be on a carrier because you had all sorts of different all sorts of aircraft. We had the F-14s, we had the Hornets, we had the S-3s, which we called the Hoovers. You had the EA-6B Prowlers, and you had the HH-6 or the SH-60s. So you had a whole bunch of different aircraft there. But now I think all you have is the Super Hornets and what, F-35s? That's it.
Or the 22?
No, the F-22 is not going to carry. That's the Air Force.
Okay.
Yeah, the E-2s. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah,
and
he says Michael says it's splitting the throttles is somewhat possible, he thinks.
Yeah.
But not like in the movie. Okay, 4 years.
But I think the MV-22's taken the place of the COD. You still have the E-2s. The EA-18G, which is the Growler, replaced the EA-6B Prowler. And then the Hornets, the Super Hornets, that's pretty much all there is. There's no more Tomcats. There's no more S-3s. None of that.
Was there an AWACS on there?
Yeah, that would be the E-2C Hawkeye.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I used to watch those take off from Miramar when we were out in San Diego. They were taking off all the time.
The AWAC aircraft?
Yeah.
Hey, did they have... no, maybe they weren't around back then. Y'all didn't have any drones on there, did you? Like Predator?
No.
I don't know if they were even a thing back then or not.
Nope, no drones on our carrier.
Also known as Hummers. Who else is still in the chat besides Michael? Somebody's there. Who are you? You're hiding out. Oh, Tom, your hand must be getting tired of holding the phone. All I see is your chin again. There you are.
I'm watching the dogs. This is their playtime.
So
how many airplanes can that carrier take on?
I think they say roughly about 90. Each Hornet squadron has 12 aircraft. I think there was 3 Hornet squadrons. Michael's squadron was the only Tomcat squadron that we had.
Michael says the E2 makes a humming noise.
Mm-hmm.
The engines?
Yeah, and you have to watch out for those props on the flight deck. Those things can be really scary.
Yeah, imagine so. Be like a blender. You've
Same
seen
thing
the,
with the S3s. There's nothing to keep you going through the engine if those things suck you up.
you've seen the video of the guy on the, I don't know what carrier it was, but he got sucked into an engine.
Oh yeah, that's the guy. They show us that in school.
Did
He
they?
got sucked into a prowler.
Yeah.
Yeah, his cranial came off, the little helmet thing that we wear on the flight deck.
Uh-huh.
It came off and went right down through the engine.
I think he just lucked out and got caught on something, didn't he?
Well,
That kept him from going through.
from what we were told, his cranial went through, fought the engine. That's where you see all the sparks and flames
Right.
and everything else coming out.
Yeah.
But it's my understanding he lived, but he was pretty messed up after that.
I imagine so. I guess there's nobody else in the chat. Well, now the chat says one person, and that's our buddy Michael. What kind of hat you wearing, Tom?
It's just my little Dallas Stars beanie.
Oh, okay. What's your weather like, Kylie? It's in like 64 over here in Houston.
Well, I mean, I'm in Houston too. I mean,
Yeah, but
just
you're
the other
north.
side.
Yeah, but you're north. It
I'm
changes.
west.
Oh, you're west. That's right.
Yeah. It's what, 60 degrees right now.
It's 38 here.
I'm so
And rain.
jealous.
And rain. Yeah, we got rain too. It's supposed to rain for the next several days. First chance I have to go droning in about a month, and it's going to rain all my days off.
I was watching something on YouTube the other day off a news channel that they were flying drones in the snow.
I saw that too. I saw Ken Herron, who is a big
Oh yeah.
YouTube drone flyer. You could almost consider him the grandfather of YouTube droning. And he was flying in the snow. I don't know if I'd want to do that or not, but apparently it can be done. Oh, it's 32 where Michael is in Illinois. Last week it was -4. Oh my goodness. Oh, Christopher, you're back. What's the temperature there, Christopher? He's in Knoxville, Tennessee.
My puppy can hear your dogs barking, and he can't figure out where it's coming from.
Man, there's less of them to bark, but they still go after it. I'm going to make I went back and forth on this, but I'm going to make a video, obviously not with pictures or video, of putting my dog to sleep, just because
Aww.
I wasn't going to do it, and I'm going to wait about a month before I do it so I can talk without crying, somewhat anyway. But I wasn't going to do it, but I decided I would do it because when I made his appointment was about 2 weeks early, which I shouldn't have made it that far out because it was just something to think about, dread for 2 weeks. But I'm going to make a video because, like I say, I looked around for videos and there's a few, but not too many. But if I can help even just one person get over feeling how bad, or not even get over it because you don't get over it this quick, but deal with it, I guess. We've got 4 more dogs, so 4 more possibilities. And my wife and I were talking the other day that we hope they bless us and all die in their sleep or something when it's their turn, instead of having to do that again. Last time I did it was about 40 years ago. And that was a dog of my mom's that I went with her to put down. And if I sit somewhere in a room by myself and think about that 40 years ago, I will still cry over it. So I know this one's never going to leave me, but I try very hard to keep myself busy and thinking about something else.
Now, do they have pet cemeteries down there in Houston?
They do, but we're having him cremated. We've had him and the one prior to him, which was about the one prior to him died actually from a heart attack, maybe 4 years ago. But anyway, we've had him cremated because at that time we knew we were going to buy a house and we didn't want to leave them in a yard that we were no longer at. So we have them cremated now. So no matter what happens, whatever may make us lose the house or move out or whatever, we can at least take them with us.
Exactly.
Time to go to Australia. Man, I need to go to Australia because, well, it doesn't matter anymore because she's passed away now. But Olivia Newton-John was waiting in the airport down there for me for years. Michael's dealing with 2 sick ferrets.
Can I see can you forward me that email?
Which one?
The one where she's telling you she's waiting on you.
Oh yeah, I'll send that to you. I got to type it up. I mean, sure, yeah, I'll send it to you. So Michael's dealing with 2 ferrets. Are they old, Michael, or just deathly sick, or what's the deal with them? I'm thinking about one passing in November. Sick ones now. Man, it's hard to deal with losing an animal, even if not maybe. For a lot of people, it's not. Me, I'm a huge animal guy, any kind of animal. Yeah. I love animals, but I'm especially a dog guy. You get so attached to them, it's really, really hard to lose them, no matter how you lose them. But when you have to put them to sleep, you're not only losing it, but you feel like you're losing it because of your decision, not because of what needs to be done.
My child's getting irritated at me. I won't let them in my chair right now.
Well, guys, I have to get going.
Yeah, we got to shut this down too. I'm always trying to hold it down to an hour. Michael, I appreciate you coming on, brother. If you want to come on, I appreciate you being in the chat. Christopher, you too, and everybody else who's there right now. But Michael, if you want to come on next week or 3 weeks from now or whenever, just shoot me an email. Let me know, and we'll get you on here. And you and Kylie can compare notes. Y'all probably, and I told this to Kylie the other day, y'all probably passed each other in the hallway, may have eaten, sitting down next to each other. Who knows? Maybe when y'all see each other, you'll say, hey, I remember you. That'd be a great memory. I mean, a good memory to remember somebody's face that long ago, but hey, who knows? Yeah, he's a dog guy himself. Man, you can't beat a dog. As a matter of fact, speaking of beating a dog the other way, if somebody was to beat a dog, I could shoot somebody that was beating a dog. I can't stand that. Anyway, I'm over my time frame. I got to get going. I appreciate you coming by, guys. Tom, thanks a lot.
All righty, we'll talk at you later. I'll see you on Sunday.
Okay, sounds good.
All righty.